So when did you know you were truly living on purpose? And what does it feel like for someone, someone else perhaps who's never experienced it before?
I mean, that's another interesting question. You know, I know that I am living my sense of purpose and I am on purpose basically when time disappears. And whenever I am conscious of time, that generally means that I'm not in my flow state. And so in my flow state, I am using my, mental and physical and emotional capacity to be in the moment. And in the moment, there is no sense of time. And so when I am, living my purpose, and my purpose is to help other people. And so, for example, I had nearly a 3-hour phone call with somebody yesterday. And like when I got off the call, my golly gosh, that's 3 hours of just zoomed by without any sense that actually 3 hours was zooming by. And so the client was totally engaged and I'm totally engaged with the client. And we're discussing all things, that we never even thought about, but one idea was going to another idea, and then one possibility turned into and the client was having breakthrough after breakthrough after breakthrough. Well, see, that really juices me up. And so I'm absolutely in flow when that is happening. Now, the second part of the question is, well, what does it feel like for somebody? Well, I can't explain what it feels like. But what I've learned to do is to take people and give them the experience. And so here's a something that I did, for years and years and years. I am known for, working with people, over the process of a year. And I delivered a lot of programs that were based on a weekend's worth of content every month. And so people, I'd be in front of a live audience, and this is all pre-COVID days, of course. I'd be in front of a live audience and I would give them content, during a weekend. And that content was building and building and building and building to the ultimate expression of what people wanted to do. And that had to do with, greater amounts of financial freedom. But I could never literally describe what freedom felt like. People want financial freedom, people want financial independence, but I can't actually teach that feeling. And so I had to design a way for me to at least, get people to experience. And so what I did was every year I organized 2 retreats. One of them was nationally and one was internationally. So I'll just concentrate on the international one. So basically I'd organize a big resort in, some, luxurious, part of the world. And then we'd all jump on planes and we'd all meet at the hotel, and then I would organize for the hotel to put on a special evening for us, a cocktail evening. And then we would spend a week just having the most in-depth conversations at breakfast, at dinner, at lunch. We were known for being the absolute last people to move away from the breakfast. Basically they'd have to kick us out of the breakfast setting because they'd really want to reset it for lunch. But they were very respectful. They'd reset the whole restaurant, and then our group would be the last one to leave. And year after year after year, people knew us for that. But the conversations and the experiences that we could have by taking people out of their environment, by disconnecting them from their ordinary day busyness, and then connecting them with like-minded people, connecting them with enriching experiences, enriching conversations that could go into the early hours of the morning if people wanted to. And so then we'd all, then I'd have a sort of a black tie event at the end of that, and then we get a few local musicians in, and it was really, really a sort of a climax to the whole sort of week away. And so then the next month they would be back into the classroom. And so generally the international events happen at month 9 of a 12-month program, and the national event happened at month 4. And so by the end of those 2 experiences, I could then anchor them to the experience by saying, remember what it felt like when. Now, that's the experience of freedom, and that's the experience of independence, and that's the experience where you don't have any other thing to do than what it is that you want to experience and feel on the day, surrounded by, you know, like-minded people, surrounded by people on a similar journey, surrounded by people who are all wanting to achieve a fairly similar thing to you. So that's the feeling that you're aiming for. So I couldn't teach it, but I could get people to experience it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know that, you know, through working with you, it makes a lot of sense to